Hello guys, today we have Ilias Nasios, the winner of the today's locals with Melodious deck.
Hello everyone, I'm Ilias, obviously. I played a very interesting deck, as well said before by Thanasis. It's called Melodious. It's a very good deck at the moment, and all of that is because of the new cards, the new pendulum cards, and some of the old cards that are synchronized together for this result. I would suggest you to try this deck. I don't know if you like it or not, it's a very good engine plus a good deck. You can do many things. It has a good grand game, a good endboard, and a good follow-up for a deck. It's almost the same, some exceptions, the same in some circumstances, like Snake Eyes sometimes. It depends on the endboard. It depends. For the engine, it's that good. So let's begin. You're gonna see what I mean when I show the cards. The best starter for me is this, not the Ostinato. But why is the best? Because this adds you any Melodious deck from your hand when you summon it or special summon it. Very important. Also, together with the couplet, the new cards, both have the same effects. When they are in the pendulum scale, when they're in the extra deck, if you summon a fusion master, they can be placed on your scales again. So you can fusion summon with them again and pendulum summon. You will see why for fusion. Also, this one is like Poplar. That's why I make a comparison with Snake Eyes. Because sometimes it's very important. Because this one, the couplet, when you add it, except from your normal draw, add it from your graveyard to your hand. Add it from your deck to your hand with refrain. With everything, you can target, reveal it, special summon any Melodious from your hand or graveyard. It's very important because with these two bodies, you can easily have a two body on the field and continue your plays. You can also link, you can also fusion with this. I will explain as we continue. So these are the most important cards. Also this, the pendulum scale, you can fool a Melodious and target on fusion to gain attack to its level. It's also important because you will see why when we saw the rest of the masters. Very important. Do not play less than 6. Mandatory. Especially this. Now let's continue with the other starter that you all know. Past players, all players, Melodious lovers, whatever. This is the card you always use. Ostinato. The branded fusion of the deck. But much better. You can use it more times in a turn. Yes, you can ask this and bail this. Got it. Yes. But this card, it's the reason why the deck is so good. Not the best starter for me because one simple ash, one simple bell can destroy your combo. Not like the other that you have a body that you can still play. With this, if happens something to this, you cannot play. Unless you have a second one. But it's the best starter. You cannot add it, as you see the name, very bad. And now you cannot add it. I will show you the other card. This one, the first movement solo. The same thing applies with both. If you have no masters on the field, you can activate them. This for fusion, and this special summons a level 4 or all from your deck. You can easily summon this without normal summoning it. But it locks you into Melodious. Wow. Obviously. And you can only activate one each turn. You can activate more if it's negated. For example, Totally Awesome Judgment. Name it. Whatever. This is not correct ratio. This should be 3. The reason is that I don't have a third one. So I play 2. But sometimes, believe me, if this is mandatory, 3, this card you can try 2. You can have a flex spot with this. Not the best choice, better remove another card, much better. But also a good option to have 2. Try 2. Try it, it's not the best. And you will see why it's not the best, because you can remove another card I will show now. But first, let's go to the best extender of the deck. Sonata. This body it's an old card. You can special summon it for free. No, if you don't declare it, nothing. It gains itself and all fairy type monsters, you will see why in the extra deck. So also some choices I will introduce. Attack and death. Also, if you have together 2, you gain 1,000 for each. 3, 150. It's very big. The damage is big. Also, it's a good body to continue link and fusion. You will see in the extra deck soon. Also, the next card, also an extender, like Sonata, but doesn't give bonus. You can special summon it, but it's also hard once per turn. You cannot summon it once like this. But what it has, you can change a monster Melodious from defense to attack. You will see why sometimes it's useful. It's not the best effect, but it's sometimes useful for the OTK. It's not the best card, you can easily cut it and put the third movement solo. Easily. But it's extended. 4 extenders. With this you have one more starter. Your choice, it's up to you. Now, the reason also why you can fuse many times, it's Soprano. Very good card. For the reason, this card has 2 effects. The first one is hard once per turn. You can target a Melodious in your grave and take it to your hand. Whatever Melodious. Every Melodious master you want. Second effect, it's the most important one. You can fusion summon using this card on every Melodious you have in your field. And it's soft once per turn. You can use it again and again. If I show you the combo, you will understand why. This ratio, it's not the best. If something happens to this card, it will be removed from the game, for example, you must have a second one. So the correct ratio for me is 2. So you can also replace Cannon for a second one. If you don't want the first movement solo, your choice. I play one because I have one and I want to try one. And sometimes it's good. It has some results, but it depends on the format. Now, the old school cards, the lock combo of the deck. Aria and Elegy. This one, the moment special summon on the field, also the same applies to this card. This one, you cannot target any Melodious. Also, every Melodious you have on the field cannot be destroyed by battle at all. Also this, if it's special summoned, it remains on the field like this, all masters you control, including Melodious, cannot be destroyed by card effects. And they gain 300 attack. This is the lock. You can easily summon it with a Link Master before the new cards. It was the lock you have on the deck, but now it's different. You play only one of each. And they are very good. This one locks some combos. This one, especially this, hurts Snake Eyes. They cannot win with this card on the field. Because they cannot destroy your Melodious Masters. With Princess, Zialantis combo, etc. Together with this, they cannot win. So, don't play more than one in this deck specifically. Now, the reason why it has a good grind game. This card, Sopina. This card has a very interesting effect. You can target one light fairy in your graveyard. I repeat, one light fairy. It means you can use another card I will show later. That's very good on this deck. And add it to your hand. And you locked into only light effect for the rest of the turn. Light effect, you can special summon still non-light masters. And you can use its effect multiple times because it's only once per turn for the copy. Very good card. And it's very easy to summon it during the combo. Next card, you play one, Concerto, the new card. You can easily add it with couplet. You can easily declare it, scale it, declare it, add it. Very easy. Also, the second step for this card.
When you can recycle itself too.
That's the most important one. Because you can fusion from scale, field and hand. Very important. But the next one is the biggest one. Because if a Melodious Master is sent to the graveyard, fusion, I mean sent to the graveyard, overlay material and everything, sent to the graveyard, it goes like Burning Abyss. You can easily, and this card is in your graveyard, you can return to the bottom and draw a card. +1 for free, plus the fusion. Very important. No more than one because you can easily take it with couplet on the following turn and still win. and continue your combo. It's one card combo if you have the scales. Very easy card, very good card, no more than one. If you want to play two, it sometimes works, but it's not for this deck. Try it as an engine too. Here you play one on this deck. Now let's go to the non-engine. The most important one, prosperity. Don't ask me why, you can add any starter, any extender, whatever you want. Next card, Call by the Grave. You can play it and you cannot either. It's up to you, but it's very good. You can dodge your Ash Blossom and Bell. So Karizovos Stinato. Plus the Veilers, very important. Now, the reason why the deck is very good sometimes and very bad on the other hand. Herald of Onat's Light. You can easily cut it to 2, you can easily keep 1 or keep 0. It's up to you. But you can negate any card and destroy it. Plus you can recycle it with the card I showed before. Sopina. Very good. Plus it's a light fairy. You can easily pendulum summon it. Plus. Very important. Next card. Hand traps more. Ash Blossom. Negates pretty much stuff. Veiler. I don't have to explain why. Now let's go to the more flex spots. 2 and 2. I don't like Osogre much, but in this format you can easily apply it and win. It plus it's a tuner. Sometimes you can easily tune with this deck. Another time, another video. Also the same applies with Bell. Very good card. You can easily negate most of the stuff, especially branded, if you play it correctly. Plus
Prevent the puppet.
Yes. Plus with Nibiru. Imagine what I do with Nibiru with this on the Snake Eyes deck. But it depends. Also, Ghost Ogre can remove some threats like Ubel. Big threats. 2 and 2, it's up to you, personal preference. And now the best hand trap of the game, not as Blossom, this one. 6 card, extender, and you can do many things with it. Going second, going first. Keep it, negate it, place around talents and everything. That's the main deck. Now let's proceed to the extra. The most important fusion, Baka, the new card. You can easily special summon any Melodious from your deck, and when it goes to the graveyard, you can target a Melodious and bring it back on the field in defense. Extender and recycle. Plus, it's a very bad thing that it gets Veiled and Impermanence, because it says you can negate any activate effects that negate your fusion Melodious. But you cannot ask this card, you cannot bell this card. Very important. But the others, unfortunately for you, you have to pay the price. No less than 3, because you have prosperity, and you can banish at least 1, keep the other 2 for follow. It's very easy to keep these cards. Now, some old cards. Scuberta. Triple DD Crawl. Everybody likes it, another player's turn. It works like Baron. When you banish it or you return it face up again, it has its effects again. And you will see why it happens like this. But very good card, very good versus Snake Eyes, Labyrinth and Brandy sometimes, depends on the end board. Next card. The reason the deck is very good now and it doesn't get nip is this. Because it has a quick effect that you can easily banish this card and return that many face up, up to that many face up cards your opponent goes to the hand. Also, it says up to that, so you can remove any Melodious Master you control and just remove them and don't return cards to the hand. So you play around Nibiru like this. Also, another good effect, if it's removed, it's sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, it's like purely, you can special summon a Melodious from your deck or extra deck. You can easily summon this again and play on your opponent's turn. Or bring some other cards you will show later. Bring Scuberta, bring from your deck, bring Refrain, continue comboing on your opponent's turn. If they make the mistake, just remove it. Very good card. At least play 2, like Scuberta. You don't have any more, because you have Prosperity. Some older Fusion Masters, some of you remember them. Bloom Prima, very good versus Tempai. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, when it battles a master, you don't take any damage. And returns a special summon master to the hand. You don't lose versus Tempai, very good. Very important card to have, at least for some matchups. This, for OTK. When it's fused your summon, it gets bonus according to your materials you used. The old card, the best card. 2 Link Masters. Discard the card, special summon 2 Melodious from your deck. It locks you to Melodious. Wow. But you can easily understand where it goes. 2 Melodious. Gravity Controller. If you get impermanence on the backup, it's sometimes good to have this card. So you can reborn and still play. For free. It doesn't matter if it gets impermanent value, you can still play with this card. Baguska. You have Lever Force. Don't ask me why, everybody plays. Mandatory.
And now for the side deck.
With the side deck. Tech choice for this event and main events we have here.
Very
We
good
have
in the locals.
We have Flu.
Yes.
We have some matchups we have to play. I don't like this card at the moment. I don't like it at all. But you have to play it. You have to respect the matchups. Nothing more, nothing less. Because we have a lot of lab players and very controlled decks here, these are mandatory 3. Not evenly matched, Lightning Storm and Duster. You have to respond immediately to these cards. Also, the same applies with this, but it's also good for the Snake Eyes matchup. Plus the Branded, plus sometimes the Tempai.
And it's the skill drain on the Snake Eye.
Yes, and the Yubel, because we don't have Protector of the Noon here, as you can see the fairy. You should play also the Protector of the Noon. 6 back row removals. The best card in the format for me now is this, Forbidden Droplets. You can negate mostly every board of the game at the moment. Yubel, Branded, Snake Eyes, even Tempai, depends on when you activate it. Very good card. And the last card, you have to stop some specific decks, also the Mirror, Dimensional Barrier. I will not explain more about Barrier, I think it's the best floodgate at the moment. Every other floodgate doesn't exist.
This was the profile.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, Ilias.
Thank you. And I hope to explain you more on future profiles with this deck. Because it's very nice, very good to try.
Bye from Trolos Yugi.
Thank you.